Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here and I bring to you Smogon Premier League 17. This is Semifinals Tiebreak between Pideous of the Circus Maximus Tigers and famous European advocate Gilbert Arenas. No, I'm just kidding, everybody, it is Marcop. Marcop actually won the semifinals match against Pideous for those of you that are watching. And for Pideous, I mean, this is an important game that she's got to win for Tigers. It's tiebreakers, every game matters. And for Pideous, this is, I mean, Marcop's been something of a bracket demon, even though they went 1-1 SPL. If you go back to Invitational, Pideous actually lost against Marcop in the third place game, if you remember. So, I think for her, there's a lot hinging on this, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in a tiebreak scenario. Marcop, he's been there, done that, whether it's Callis Invite 6 finals, whatever tiebreaker you could think of in a team tournament, or, DPP Invitational finals. That being said, though, let's jump right into this. Scarm lead, Dragon Knight lead, so Marcop bringing out what could be a mixed knight, and then the Scarm, this could be Suicide Scarm, aka Scarm HO, or this could just be defensive Scarm. I mean, it's tiebreaker, you want to bring your best stuff out. Gotta switch out into Tyranitar, so this tells me that Pideous is bringing a very fat team, and that Fire Blast is going to do 15%, so that looks to be a Spadef Tar perhaps. Don't know for sure. Might be a Scarf Tar, looks like it. Marcop scouts that out, scouts the Ice Punch out. Stealth Rocks are up. Probably gonna look to get the Dragon Knight in, but no, we see Hidden Power Fire. That's actually pretty cool. And okay, so Pideous was probably trying to anticipate a possible Dragon Knight entry, thinking that Marcop will try to come in aggressively on a hazard attempt. So Pideous try to outplay that. That fuds, but Hidden Power Fire means that the Scarm is actually under a lot of duress, and this is likely perhaps a mixed Metagross. That is actually very rare in DPP, but it makes sense because, in Power Fire lets you get around Scarm, lets you really punish something like Scizor, especially something like Bulky SD Scizor, which has seen a lot more usage this SPL, especially in a post-sleep ban meta. And yeah, this Hidden Power Fire just gonna keep beating it down. Scarm's gonna have to swap out, and Vaporeon, we're seeing Vaporeon in a tiebreaker, folks. This looks to be a Wish Protect Vaporeon, so probably no sub-pass nonsense. Oh, nice Grass Knot there. Yeah, Grass Knot also really nice on Metagross to hit something like Swampert especially. Although this makes me wonder if the last move on this Metagross, if it's a fully special meta with perhaps something like a Psychic Glass, would be a really cool way to get around fighters, per se, like a Heracross or whatnot. And yeah, we see Pideous kind of stuck in a bit of a loop here as she has to be wary of not getting crit, and finally got to get the Rotom in safely. Grass Knot again. Rotom weighs very little, so that Grass Knot doing not a whole lot makes a lot of sense. Doesn't want to eat the burn, so gotta use the Latias to eat up the burn instead, but can threaten a Draco if it has it. Instead, we're going to see a nice double back here into Dragon Knight. And Dragon Knight probably got extreme speed, perhaps, to take out this Scarm. But no, just got super power, so E-Speed probably didn't kill. Also covers up the T-Tar switch. T-Tar's going to come in, threaten a revenge kill. Question is, what's he going to do? Just got Crunch here as a mid-ground. And Meta will now at least threaten to deal significant damage. Neoqueen going to come in here, so Pideous bringing out a T-Spikes team. 16 turns in. Okay, so I see the vision here. Vaporeon again usually hates stuff like T-Spikes, so Nidoqueen is one such way to deal with that problem. And then you got T-Tar, which lets you deal with something like offensive Gengar, which again also a pain in the neck, especially for Pideous's composition. And again, my guess for last could be something like a Latias, because I think you need a secondary real fight resist, especially for Infernape. Like Neoqueen, it should not be your main fight resist. I mean, sure, you got Vaporeon, but it could be another Steel, could be Latias, for all I know, or even Gliscor. Actually, no, not Gliscor, but well, I could see it. But anyways, and then for Marcop's team, this is just straight offense with a couple nice twists. here. Really good time to show it off too in a tiebreaker. This T-Tar could be DD, could be, you know, mixed T-Tar perhaps. But the Metagross being a special meta is something. And Ice Beams here into a Stealth Rocks. Rocks Needle Queen, interesting. And is okay. So wait, is this T-Spikesless Needle Queen? That's interesting. Vaporeon's gonna come in here and Ice Beams. This is likely Surf Ice Beam on Pideous' end, and yeah, Vaporeon casts slow, so I mean it's natural speed, it's like what, 166 or something. And oh, Roar's out here, really nice. That could be a problem for Pideous. I mean, it's mono Vapple, but a Roar with Spike Stack, like the synergy makes sense. And guess Surf here. Question is, does this Metagross have Explosion for its last move? And Pideous just going to Wish up here. Interesting. Protects here, straight into an Explosion, so it will FUD. But the problem, you still have to deal with the Dragonite, and oh, Jirachi's gonna come in here. And Rotom's gonna be the Jirachi answer, and it is a Super Rachi. This could be disastrous because of the fact that one, this Vaporeon does not have haze. Second of all, this T-Tar is kind of a flimsy Jirachi answer, especially if it's like Shuka. And then, because since this is likely Super Rachi of some kind, like you got to pursue it, it makes sense. The problem here is that like the Resist Berry could mean that Pideous might not even have a real shot. Gonna see him up again and tries to Pain Split. Pideous was probably expecting a Stab Psychic to come in, but Shadow Ball's here. So the reason why Pideous is not Will-O-Wisping is because she's afraid that it is perhaps a Lumberry. Clef's gonna come in here and got Flamethrower and pops the Akka Berry, so... But at this point, I think the damage is done. Tyranitar will probably EQ, or... No, it does not have EQ. Gotta eat the Hidden Power Ground, and I think that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. T-Bolt's here, and yeah, pack it up, ladies and gentlemen. Marcop is going to win this tiebreaker. The Cryonicles are going to move on to finals of Smogon Premier League, and Pideous, unfortunately, is going to end her season on a loss. She will finish her campaign 8-3, a very good finish. And then Marcop, I believe he is going to move to 5-5, or no, 6-5. After this win, so huge win. Congratulations to them for making it, but you got one more week. And looking back at this game, did Pideous necessarily have a chance? I would say yes and no. The yes part was, I think, if Pideous was able to execute her hazard phasing game plan. I think the Metagross being Hidden Power Fire meant that her Scarm was going to be under a lot of duress. And I think like Pideous could have perhaps tried to roost up the Scarm on those early Hidden Power Fire attempts, but maybe she valued the hazards too much. I can't say if it was necessarily right because, I mean, if you keep roosting and the meta keeps attacking, that it's like you're also risking a crit. So like that's always something to consider. And then the Jirachi, I mean, the fact that I think Pideous just did not know what the Jirachi's this item was. Like I think you could have tried to go for a Will-O-Wisp, and then that way what you could try to do is use the Vaporeon to like have Protect stall. If the Needle Queen also has Protect, then you can also kind of double down on the Protect. But for all I know, it could have been Stealth Rock's T-Spikes, EQ, and then like either Flamethrower or Ice Beam last on that Needle Queen. Can't say for sure. And so either way, Pideous was in a tough spot, and evidently the T-Tar did not have EQ. It's probably Crunch, Ice Punch, Pursuit, and then Superpower last. And Marcop, he was able to make Pideous play on his terms, and as a result, you know, he took control of the game. That being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.